Yeah, I thought that was kind of a fun freebie because, like, who cares? Most of the world doesn't even pray enough for me to visit with my powers anyway. I was just caring, but then people were rude and abusive anyway. So once I was trying to care about, pretty good, decent people on streets, and people would abuse me, it was like, well, then screw everybody anyway. I'll just wait till people pray and pray and pray and bring me to their areas and want the power of God or whatever. But since the United States is going to be so fuck you happy, it's like, okay, because you open your mouth, I get to make sure you die per soul, when most gods weren't going to save any of them anyway, and none of them were praying enough to make it anyway. Okay, that sounds like a good deal. And I was going to live in a corner like a nothing, because, like, if I don't have a family or somebody to visit because they pray and pray and pray, I don't have anywhere to go anyway. Oh, this country's such a murder, god, suicidal, dumb fuck pile. But anyway, I love to make those great deals that make no sense with the overly out of their mind. But anyway, so there's a guy. He got to the island and he's going to be bragging like fuck. And he's very, very, very wealthy and powerful and famous. Not famous like an actor or singer. He has a different kind of fame. But he's very, very sickeningly powerful and wealthy. And he's been to the Island of Gods. He was invited by one of my husbands. So one of my husbands, not Mr. Eccentric Wealthy, but one of my other husbands, traveled into the island and met the gods and angels and more, and realized how real my dead god reality really was. And not just the warm, fuzzy feeling of my powers spoiling their brand new husband titles and honors and their soul. He came back and told a bunch of very powerful, wealthy people that it's time to make the great dead body Annika famous. And it doesn't matter who this country or anybody else is, because she's backed by every god that just doesn't care because no one else cares. So one of my wealthy, powerful husbands met the gods and the angels at the island and decided that the gods can be as big or worthless as everyone is making them. And my husband decided, I want the good people of the United States to realize that she's a real dead god, because they could have amazing things instead of treating her bad with a United States that murdered her and just get bad things forever. So my husband is attempting to make me a wealthy, famous, obvious dead god in front of everyone, to try to change the blessed future of those that are good enough and worthy enough. By treating me famous, wealthy, and treating me well, it would bring monumental good things to those that are worthy, and help try to pay back the fact that good people did nothing while a god was murdered and more, to try to make restitution or appeasement for things. But how will it work overall? No one knows. But he invited quite a few powerful, wealthy people. None of them have traveled yet, but they were very shocked that there really actually was an island, and he went to it. And at first, they didn't want to believe him, and they thought he just felt bad for me. And at first, they wanted to think he just wanted to hype so I could be more famous in front of people, because I'm the sad world famous thing that never got rich. And it does seem gross that a country and more would do this, because anyone who gets famous always gets rich. But that's the big fuck you of countries doing this to someone. So they thought that my husband just felt really bad for the poor dead nothing in the corner me. So he took video footage that the gods and angels were willing to allow. And so all of his powerful, wealthy friends have seen video footage of the island that was allowed. They all know I'm a real dead god that the world just wants to mistreat for a living, for fun. One of them has been to the island. So my husband's on this mission to make me wealthy and famous, and a worshipped dead god sitting on some throne of greatness in the power of God, something. Will it happen? I don't know, because I'm not really trying to help the world live. When a god is killed or disrespected or all these horrifying things, it's easy to die but hard to live. So only someone like my husband or a monumental giant human, so only the best humans giving me the biggest and best things could even try to backpedal for good or the side of good, anything salvageable anymore. Because when you do things against God, it's real easy to die, real hard to live. And it's a spiritual law. So it's hard to live, easy to die. And it's really horrifying spiritual laws when you go against God's, much less murder one. So it's really bad. Everything's really bad. I just visit people that pray a lot, or like, I just do what the power of God does for good and worthy, and watch everybody else rot in their soul. I mean, it's just over. But that husband is determined that I will be the God I am. So that husband has went to the island and is just impassioned by every god and determined that he will change the course of the future of anyone salvageable to be good or worthy on this planet. And it's like, well, good luck. I wouldn't really care who lives or dies anymore. I know what they did to me, but good luck. And I tried to do a lot of things until I just don't care anymore. And that's what happens. You try to be a dead god saying, I'm a dead god and I died for all of you, to watch him abuse you until you're like, well, then never mind. I didn't die for any of you. And I'll just sit here like a homeless loser while you all die and rot in your souls and have no heaven and have no God and have no future. It was your choice. And that sounds great to me too. It's that easy to me too. I just want them to stay the fuck away from my car and me and always abusing my God Almighty level dead death all the time. I swear I'm going to just start popping their souls like pimples if they don't get the fuck you off of my car and my personal space all the goddamn dead god time. But other than that, they can drive right by and die. I don't give a shit anymore. But this husband is determined that I will be the well-known dead god. I'm like, okay, I guess. I don't know. Is he known by the United States? Nope. But they're going to be on a mission to find out who he is and destroy him. Did the United States have satellites watching the area of the island constantly? Yep. And gods made sure they did not see him go into the island or his friends. So he has a chance to try to make me famous before the United States can stop it. And he's backed by every god who would love to watch me be the famous, wealthy, dead god, at least to some extent, before I go to my own island and get the hell out of here. I'm almost able to get out of here. I can already fly. I can already go to the island. I can already live in my omnipresence. I can already do a lot of things, but I just sit and live like crap in front of people because you want them to die forever knowing what they've done. You know, when Jesus died on the cross, they died forever with a vivid memory of him on a cross. And the fact that they know he died when he did nothing wrong. Therefore, that guilt as they die forever is just so beautifully right there in a vivid memory of his death that should not have existed. When the United States murdered me more than once and more, they tried to hide and cover it all up. So you have to create the abuse of the dead God in an obvious overload, so that as they die, they will forever remember it all. And that's all I'm building. I easily fly to my own powerful heavens and existences and hells all the time. So I would definitely know who the hell I am, and I don't care who they think I am or not, because their right to live came from me, and their right to lose everything comes from me. So I don't really care. Every time they talk, they've just done it to themselves. It wouldn't really matter. But this is how it works. I guess we'll see if that husband really does make me famous in front of everyone, just to show the world what would have happened if I was treated like a worshipped God instead of a murdered nothing. I think that husband just wants the world to see what the difference would have been or would be. Well, see if he wins.